And I looked at it kind of awkwardly at first. It's because I was a little lost on why she even telling me this in a club full of women and we enjoying ourselves. But she said that to me. She said, I've never done nothing wrong. I just try to pursue my career. And a couple years later, she sued him.
To the charges, there's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things. This was a 10-year relationship. There's no coercion. There's no crime.
The situation surrounding Diddy and Cassie has taken a dramatic turn, with new revelations that have people questioning who's telling the truth. For a while, Diddy and his lawyer have staunchly denied the claims made by Cassie, asserting that she was a willing participant in the relationship, including in the infamous freak-off tapes. These tapes, which have become a significant focal point in the case, are being contested in court, with Diddy's team requesting access to them. The issue is the government has been playing hardball, refusing to hand over the tapes, raising suspicions about what's hidden in the evidence. Cassie, on the other hand, is sticking to her allegations, claiming that Diddy coerced her into engaging in these activities. The controversy deepened when a statement from Judge Aaron Sabrian, who seems to have dropped a bombshell, caused even more speculation. According to him, Cassie might not be as truthful as she presented herself to be, leaving the public to wonder what the real story is. In the midst of all this, people are divided. Some believe Cassie, while others are starting to think that Diddy and his team might have a point. To fully understand the scope of these allegations, it's essential to look at what's been said about Diddy's alleged behavior. Reports have accused Diddy of kidnapping women and coercing them into sexual acts, sometimes using firearms and threats of violence. The indictment claims that he would hire male workers, sometimes arranging for them to be transported across state lines or even internationally. Afterward, the women were reportedly given drugs like ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, leaving them in a vulnerable state. Some even required medical attention to recover from the after effects. With such serious accusations on the table, Diddy's defense team, led by seasoned lawyer Mark Agnifilo, has been quick to respond. Agnifilo wasted no time addressing the allegations, particularly focusing on the videos, referred to as the freak-off tapes. He asserts that these tapes do not depict anything criminal. Instead, he claims that the tapes show private activities between consenting adults in a long-term relationship, emphasizing that there were no secret cameras, no celebrities involved, and no underage individuals. According to Diddy's team, these videos are a representation of a couple engaging in consensual, private activities in the comfort of their own home, and it's no different than any other private relationship where filming occasionally occurs. In a letter to court, Agnifilo went on to directly address the issue of consent. He stated that the case revolves around whether Cassie was a willing participant in these activities. His team claims that both Cassie and the male workers involved in these situations have denied any coercion or pressure. They've even asked the workers to testify, and the answer, according to them, was a unanimous no. None of them felt forced into doing anything they didn't want to do. This is where the situation becomes even more perplexing. Diddy's legal team, knowing how high the stakes are, would likely fold if there was any evidence of criminal activity in those tapes. But instead, they remain adamant in their defense, claiming they have nothing to hide. This has led some to wonder whether the government is deliberately withholding evidence, waiting to drop a bombshell in the trial. If they had something damning, wouldn't they have shared it by now? Diddy's legal team has already requested the tapes from the authorities, and they are confident that what they contain will only prove their client's innocence. Furthermore, Agnifilo is a well-established lawyer with years of experience. He's not someone who would risk his reputation on a case he couldn't win. If there was evidence of illegal activity in the videos, he would have no choice but to take a different approach. Instead, his steadfast defense only fuels the belief that Diddy is innocent. As the case unfolds, there's also growing speculation about Cassie's involvement. Her former bandmate, Chopper, has publicly stated that Cassie knew what she was getting into. In an interview, Chopper claimed that he saw Cassie leave her ex in order to pursue a relationship with Diddy, hoping it would further her career. In his eyes, this was typical of someone seeking to climb the social ladder, and he suggested that Cassie might be rewriting the narrative to fit her own agenda. These claims have added fuel to the fire, leading many to question whether Cassie's version of events holds up. The public's opinion has started to shift in favor of Diddy and his team. Some people believe that Cassie might not be as innocent as she's made herself out to be, while others still stand by her side. The secrecy surrounding the tapes and the refusal to release evidence has only deepened the mystery. Is Cassie lie about the details of her relationship with Diddy, or is the music mogul really being unfairly targeted? At this point, it's difficult to know who's telling the truth. Both sides are compelling arguments, and with new information continuing to surface, the plot only thickens. While the case plays out in court, the public will undoubtedly remain divided, trying to piece together the truth from the conflicting narratives. For now, we'll have to wait for more details come to light to truly understand what happened behind closed doors.
You know, because it's like we went to school together practically. The Diddy camp, you know, did it, you know, bad boy college. She was so happy to see me, and we took shots together, and she told me, I swear, she told me, she said, I never did nothing wrong to him. She said, I did everything right. I was just trying to pursue my career. You know that, huh, Chop? And I looked at it kind of awkwardly at first. It's because I was a little lost on why she even telling me this in a club full of women and we enjoying ourselves. But she said that to me. She said, I'd never done nothing wrong. I just tried to pursue my career. And a couple years later, she sued him. I'm not going to sit up here and say that Cassie was an angel in the situation, because Cassie cut up too. You know, Cassie was being, you know, she was doing what cute, crazy girls do too. So let's not discredit situations and relationships. You know, you can't make it seem like somebody's just a villain walking around just, you know, batting people and people up. I don't think it went like that, you know, from what I've witnessed.
Okay,
The drama surrounding Diddy and Cassie has taken an even more intense turn, especially after comments from Cassie's ex-bandmate. He suggested that Cassie might not be entirely truthful, which adds weight to Diddy's defense. This statement is likely fueling Diddy's attorney's position, especially with the legal battle heating up. Diddy's legal team is adamant that there was no coercion in what they've seen on the so-called freak-off tapes. They've gone so far as to request copies of the tapes in preparation for Diddy's trial, scheduled for May 5th, but the government is standing firm in their refusal to release them, citing Cassie's request to protect her privacy. On one hand, it makes sense that Cassie would want her privacy protected, but here's the catch. Diddy's privacy is also on the line. Diddy's legal team argues that he needs the tapes to prepare a defense. While no one is jumping to defend Diddy as innocent based on the gravity of the accusations, there are valid concerns that he may have a point when it comes to his right to prepare for his trial. But here's where it gets even more complicated. The judge overseeing the case, Judge Berman, has backed the feds, denying Diddy's motion to amend protective order. In his ruling, he said that the prosecutors have a valid concern about handing over the tapes because it could jeopardize the privacy and safety of the alleged victims. He also pointed out that Diddy's team failed to properly negotiate with prosecutors for a compromise that could allow them to view the tapes. According to Judge Berman, if Diddy's defense team wants the tapes, they need to make a stronger case for why they need them. This ruling has sparked a lot of debate. Some people believe the judge is just trying to be reasonable in protecting the alleged victims, but others argue that it seems biased and even corrupt. Fans have taken to social media to express their opinions, with some saying that the defense made it clear how hard it's been to even schedule time to view the tapes, which should be reason enough to give them access. Others believe Diddy's team isn't getting a fair shake, claiming that the judge's decision could hurt the defense. There are also plenty of people questioning whether Cassie is telling the truth about her level of consent in these situations. One fan pointed out that everyone involved was an adult and chose to be part of the situation, suggesting that they all sold their souls for money and fame. But does that mean Cassie lied about being coerced? At the end of the day, this case is still full of twists, and people are divided on where they stand. Is the government unfairly withholding evidence? Or are they just being cautious to protect victims? Did Cassie consent to everything, or was she pressured into it? With the judge denying Diddy's request of the tapes, the plot thickens and more questions are raised. What do you think? Is the Fed's refusal to release the tapes a sign of bias, or is it about protecting the victims? And do you believe Cassie lied about not consenting to the freak-off? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Catch you in the next video.